Alright, welcome back everybody. Part 20 of the Dark Souls 3 All Bosses walkthrough. We're at the Rope Bridge Cave Bonfire here in the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. We're going to be doing the other half of this DLC and beating the final boss of it. So, heading down towards this way, there's a crystal lizard. Over here, around to the left, is going to be a hollow that's waiting for us. So you'll see this guy with the torch. There's another one to the left, so just be careful. Alright, now we get a fun part where if you drop down onto this, you're just going to slide all the way down. You can't move on it. You can move like side to side, but you can't go back up here. Okay. So right from the get-go, you have a couple options. You can go down this way, over into this little watery area. You can also come up here where there's some items that we can grab. Alright, so the main enemies of this area are going to be these little Corvian guys. Some of them just are like that and can't really do much other than just crawl on the ground. But we're also going to be finding some versions of them known as Corvian Knights, which are probably my least favorite enemy to fight in the entire game. And you'll see why. Oh my gosh, this stupid weapon. It's the only time I don't like this weapon is for situations like this. He's gonna burp at us. Let's see him. Alrighty, so that item right there we can't get right now, but you can see there's a little like platform up there. We'll be able to get to that just a little bit later in the area. Call that good for here. Okay, up here, around to the left. Don't get jump scared by this dude. And we'll come down this little stream. Can't remember. I don't think there's anything over here. Yeah. Okay. So up here, we'll be facing our first Corvian Knight. These guys really, really suck. They apply bleed, and they can be really just tough to figure out what in the world they're actually doing. Like, their movement is just so bizarre. Ouch. A couple more normal Corvians up here. Okay, so if you come over here, you can see where we had that fight with the Champion's Gravetender. And now we can come up this ladder. Alright, so in this little building is a friendly Corvian, so make sure to not attack this guy. As I mentioned in the last episode, the kind of lore about this area is that we need to let this place burn and, you know, just pass away. This guy is basically just telling us the same thing, like, you know, this area is just too far gone and everything's rotting like it needs to be burned away and purged. So that is our goal. Alright, up here to the left is another bonfire. If we come around here to the side, there is nothing for us to be able to do. That just goes back down to where we came from. So only option is to cross this bridge. Okay, now here you have a couple of different paths that you can go. And before we go up that way, you'll see that some of these Corvians are able to walk now. Before we go up there, we're actually going to come to this side area. Okay, now here we're also given a couple of options. For now, we're going to come up here. Ouch, I knew there was another one. I couldn't remember where he came from. Okay, so now we can jump across to this area. This is a little item that's overhanging where the bonfire is. Now, we're at this little platform from before. I said, oh, that's where we'll be able to get the item on that little island in the middle here. This jump can be a little bit tricky. But we're going to try to get it. There we go. You have to be like right at the very edge of that. And we can go back down and go back around to where we just were. Right, so now we're back. There's a crystal lizard over here for us to grab. And that is pretty much it. You can see that little bridge there that you're able to go to, but actually we can't get there. But we will be able to get there just a little bit later, just we can't access it from here itself. Okay, moving on. Now we'll be going up this little walkway. In a minute we're going to come face to face with an elite Corvian Knight. If you thought the normal versions were bad, well, just wait for this guy. Did not mean to backstab. All good. So this elite Corvian Knight is just going to start murdering these normal Corvians. And you can see them start to run away. Ouch. See, just so much damage. He's got ranged attacks. And it's just so annoying to fight. So obnoxious. He's got a ton of health too. Dude, like, what is the timing on that? Yeah, those guys just really, really suck. I hate fighting them. Alright, so if we come up here to this gate, you'll see that it won't let you in because it doesn't open from that side, so we'll have to find a detour. That detour is just right here. Now you are able to do a little bit of a shortcut if you're successful. There we go. So if you want to skip a little bit of this whole area over here, you can just do that jump. And then you're able to get up to this building here, which is where you need to progress, but we're going to do the area a little bit normally so we don't miss anything. Oh, that guy's already dead. Alright, now be careful. Around this corner is a Corvian who's going to try to push you off the edge, and he just fell off the edge himself. This guy's going to try to puke on you. Right. Item grab here, another puker. Okay, now we can come up this ladder right here. got a spell casting Corvian right behind us, so watch out for those little soul arrows. Alright, now we can drop down. This is above the friendly Corvian that we talked to a little bit earlier. And this unlocks a shortcut. Oh, sorry, I meant this is the room where it's above that friendly Corvian. Ouch. Okay, so we don't want to drop down there. That will take us much further back. Stay up here on this little walkway. Alright, and then this is where you're able to cross that little wooden bridge. Oops. Did not mean to do that. That's okay. That's why we got the shortcut. Just right through here. Okay. Now we're able to come up to where that little small wooden bridge was that we saw earlier. We can kill that spellcaster. Ouch. Grab this last item, Crow Talons. Perfect. Okay. Alrighty. Go back up this ladder, and we can progress further in the level. So you want to come in this building, up this ladder. This will allow us to go over that gate that could only be opened from the other side. You also have the option here. There's a crystal lizard right there. He just ran off the edge. If he were to go into that building right there, you'll see that there's a Corvian Knight right there just waiting for you. And because I hate fighting those guys so much, we're just gonna not even bother. Alright, so now we're onto the roof of this building. And before we really do anything, we're gonna unlock that gate, just in case we die here. Because in this building are two more Corvian Knights, a normal version and an elite version. But before we go in there, come over here to the back of the building. Ouch, what in the... He's just clipping through the ground. That's very cool. Well, that's going to make killing him really annoying. There we go. Alright. And then... Oh, there's there no item over here? I could have sworn there was something. What in the... Alright, well, I guess no item. I remember that wrong. Don't waste your time. Okay. Now we'll go back up to the roof of this building. Like I said, inside here there are a couple of Corvian Knights. In fact, you know what? Before we do that, let's get a bow out real quick. Let's see if we can aggro one of them first without getting both of them. Does he see us? Yeah, he does. Okay, perfect. Oh, He tried to parry us, but we went right through him. That was crazy. Alright. So now that we've taken care of the normal version, what we can now do is try to get the drop on the Elite Knight. By just coming down onto this little rafter, sneak around here, and then get a plunge attack in. Ouch. So much damage. Man, I don't get the timing of that attack specifically. Always seems to get me. Of course. There we go. Oh, hate those guys. Alright, and that unlocks the way of White Corona. One of those two. Okay, we're now out of Estus. We are coming up on another bonfire. Those Corvian Knights just... Man, biggest reason that we lose Estus, for sure. A couple of trees there. I'm not going to fight them because, again, I don't want to lose any more health because we were going to be fighting Wilhelm here in just a second, the NPC that was standing outside of Friede's chapel. And he is by no means an easy fight. Kind, time and time again.
Every fleeing man must be caught. Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. But in the end, you lack the stomach to the agony that you'll bring upon yourself.
He does have some healing spells, but we can try to... Nice, okay. Do enough damage. Avoid him using any of those. And we got him. And he drops the contraption key, which is required to pull this lever. And that unlocks... Don't stand in the way, that will actually do damage to you, and you could easily die. Alright, so unlocking that allows us to progress further. Now up here, we get to meet... Oh shoot, what is her name?
I believe thou art the one of the wonders. 'Tis good, the door. 'Tis good.
I can't actually remember her name.
Good,
but anyway,
door.
she actually is the painter. So she's the artist, the one who created the painting of Ariandel. And, yeah, so... I don't know, not much to her aside from that. Over here is an elevator we'll be able to unlock a little bit later. Obviously, this contraption does not move. Now, get ready for one of the most pointless shortcuts, probably the most pointless shortcut ever made in a video game. I'm going to come out here because there is that little door over here that says... Oh, does not open from this side. Come over here. Drop down again. Bonfire. And now we can open this door. Like, I just... Like, what? What is the point? You know? Like, it's just so weird to me. I don't get it. There we go. Okay, moving on to the second half of this playthrough. Or of this part, I guess I should say. Now we're back in an area where it's just a bunch of these hollows that we have to fight. Ton of items in this area. Now, aside from these guys, there's going to be some more wolves and Millwood Knights that we're also going to be fighting. So first we're going to come up here. Make sure that these guys don't try to attack us as we're moving down there. Okay, now you'll see we're not able to get up there quite yet. That just goes back to where we started. So we come over here, watch out to the left. There's a bunch of hollows over in this part. That one, and then we can come grab this guy. Okay, so now over here you'll see that this tree is pretty like rotten and it's at the point of collapsing. If you walk up to it, there will be a prompt that says to fell the tree. Boom, that is a shortcut back to the bonfire. We'll just send the elevator down to unlock that for us. And now we can go across this bridge to then cross that tree that we saw earlier. And that should be it. Yeah. Okay. Now we can also come down. You can do this from the very beginning if you want to. There's an item over here next to this hollow. Oh, there's two of them down here. And where is it? Oh, maybe I'm crazy. I could have sworn I saw an item here. Guess not. Okay, so now let's take advantage of the shortcut. And here we are, back to where we were. Okay. So, a couple things. If you come up here, you'll see that there is nothing for you to do, but you can see there's another rotten tree. That's one we'll be able to knock down here in just a second to, again, just create a little bit of a shortcut. There's also a Millwood Knight right here that we can get the drop on. I think... I'm just trying to decide what to do. So there's a few different options that you have for this area specifically. Once you go down there, there's just a bunch of Millwood Knights that can try to attack you. You'll see right there, there's a collapsible structure. If you walk on, obviously it will fall down and you get trapped in here. So I think we're gonna do this. Oh wait, no, but there's no way out. That's the one problem with this area, is once you're down there, then you can't get back out unless you use a like a homeward bone or the coiled fragment. So we're actually gonna wait on that for just a second. All right, and then up here you'll see right there, that's where that collapsible floor is. So careful to not step on that unless you want to go do that area down there right now. Alright, so this is the direction you're supposed to go, but there's a couple items that we missed. who this guy's trying to call. Basically, all his buddies are dead. Alright, and then just one last item over here in this cave. And there we are. Okay, now we can continue on. Oh, there's one more guy with us. Alright, up here is going to be a wolf who's going to try to summon some of his friends. I'm going to start by going here to the right. You can go to the left too. We'll go there in just a second. Oh, there you are. Very cool. First part of the about the wolves is like no matter how much poise you have, they're still gonna interrupt your attacks. Really obnoxious. Okay, here's another point where you're able to drop down to that area down below. It's like a lot of fall damage doing that, so I don't recommend it. Alright, then we'll come back over here to the left to this little drop down area here. Let's see if any of those wolves survived. Yep, there's one right there. Oh, he's gone. Alright, then I believe there's a hollow up here. And there is a torch right there, the follower torch. Its weapon art does their little breath thingy that you've seen a bunch of times up to this point. So again, if you don't have a torch to protect yourself from leeches, there's your opportunity to get one without having to buy one. Okay, a couple ways to go here. We're first going to start by going left up to this area. I don't think there's anything here. Yep. Now there is a red-eye millwood knight up here. I believe this should be the Great Hammer. Yep, Quakestone Hammer. If you want to farm their armor, it can, I believe it can be purchased from the Shrine Handmade. I don't think that's one you have to farm. Alright, usually with these guys, I just run past them and to that little drop down point that you see ahead with that item. Because they won't follow you, so it's not a huge deal, but we'll try to kill them. Alright, drop down, grab this. And now we can kick this tree down. Okay, now that we've got that unlocked, we'll go ahead and go down to this area with the other Millwood Knights. Oh man, of course he hit us down. That sucks. Alright, so there's one dude specifically who is doing that thing. It's this guy over here. He's just able to do those earthquake attacks with this axe that he's got from range. So, pretty crazy. Ouch. We might die. Whew. mad that that dude with the hammer hit us down. Now we can go back to where the axe dude was, into this little cave. And we get the Earthseeker, so that axe that he was using to do that attack on us. So again, if you want to do a Mill One Night build, plenty of options available to you. Alrighty, and then... Oh, there is actually a way to get back. Okay, hallelujah. Couldn't remember. Yeah, this goes back to where the hammer guy was. And you can just come over here and boom, back to the shortcut. Okay. Oh, we missed an item over there. Alright, whatever. It's not important. If you want to go grab that, go for it. Okay, continuing on. So if you look up, you can see that the chapel is clear up there. So where we're going now is basically the basement of that chapel. And in here are a ton of those manflies. Alright, now if you come here to grab this item, this guy's going to try to drop down on you. We'll try to just get him to go away. Perfect. Okay. Now, there's actually an illusory wall right here that takes us lower down into the basement. But before we do that, we're going to unlock a shortcut that goes back up to where Friede is sitting. So we can get that bonfire really easily. Just all the way up these stairs. Open this door. And we're back. So we're going to rest up really quickly and then go back down to the lower level. You're also able to, like, puke those leeches onto you. So, be careful of that. Alright, now down to the bottom. If you thought there were a lot of flies up there, nothing compared to what you'll see down here. Ouch. Ooh, almost got me with the grab attack. So as you make your way over to this part of the room, you'll see this little mechanism here. This is required to access the final boss fight. So we'll go ahead and turn handle. It's going to show a cutscene of the statue right behind Friede moving and opening up a little stairway that goes down. Yeah, so that is where we'll need to go to finish the DLC, but we've got a couple other things here that we'll want to do first. There's Wilhelm's armor set. We also got his sword from defeating him, so you can always go for a Wilhelm build if you want. Okay, and that clears out all the flies in this area. There is another illusory wall right here. There's Crystal Lizard right next to you as you enter. Another one right down here. Okay, and then out here, there's a small little area where you'll see down there, that's that little coliseum that down below is where the Champion's Grave Tender fight is. Now be careful, I accidentally said the wrong thing before when it came to the area with all the Millwood Knights that you couldn't get back up. That was wrong. But this area, I am fully confident once you drop down, you cannot get back unless you use a homeward bone or you die or something. So that's why I choose to come here last, is because of that. Uh-oh, and we just died. I hate these tree roots. I hate them. Alright, let's try this again. I usually don't bother coming down here on like a normal playthrough, because all there is there's an invasion that you're able to do down in this area. If you play Dark Souls 1 and you went through the painted world of Ariamis, this is a replica of that same tower that Priscilla is in. And then this is the drop downs to get back to Anor Londo. So, kind of cool. But yeah, coming in here, there is an invasion. Nice and easy. And that's all there is. Defeating him gets you a pyromancy, and that's it. So from here, your choices are to drop down and die, or just use Cold Sword Fragment or Homeward Bone to get back. Okay, so that is it. That is all of the DLC, an exception for the final fight, which we will be entering now. If you talk to Friede right here, she's going to give you one last warning.
Should this world even then would leave us, be thou art.
Be like, hey, don't do it. Don't go down there. Leave. But, of course, we're going to go down here. Now, after you've opened this door, there is a summon you can get here. You can get Gale. He's a little unique in terms of he won't show up for the first phase of the fight. He will only come in once phase 2 starts. And this boss is actually unique because it is the first 3-phase boss fight that FromSoft has ever made. 3 phases in terms of like 3 full health bars. And definitely one of the tougher fights of the entire game. So this is Father Ariandel, who the DLC is named after. And we will talk to him to activate the boss fight. Cool little cutscene's going to play. We're going to skip it, of course. And here we are. First phase is just Friede on her own. This scythe. Okay, this attack, she's going to disappear and jump somewhere. If you can keep an eye on where she's going, you'll get some free hits in against her. Most of the time she like jumps over your head. So it's really just easy to turn around and then find her. But in some instances like that one, she actually jumped to the side. So let's see where she goes here. Oh, to the left again. Weird. Okay, there's phase 1. If you thought that was easy, just you wait. Okay, in this cutscene, Ariandel's going to see that Friede's dead, and he's going to get big mad and start throwing fire everywhere, and it burns down these like side walls, opens up the area a lot more. And now the fight is between both Friede and Ariandel. They have a shared health bar though, so you can choose, which one of them to attack, and they will just both take damage equally. Ariandel is definitely the easier one to hit, as he's got a much bigger hitbox. But another thing to be careful about is Friede actually has a miracle that she's able to use, a healing one. So you kind of want to keep an eye on her to make sure that she doesn't get many opportunities to do that. Also got to watch out for all of these ice attacks that she does now. Ouch. Ouch. Fire breath attack from Ariandel. Okay, this is where she's gonna do her miracle. Try to get to her first. Nice. So this fight can be tough in terms of balancing and just keeping your eye on like both of them, because they can go in very different directions the whole time. But there we go. Now after you do that, the fight baits you into thinking that you beat it by giving you a Titanite slab. You're like, oh sick, we did it. But joke's on you. You'll hear some dialogue from Ariandel. See Friede start to rise from the ground. This is phase 3, Black Flame Friede, and in my opinion, the hardest part of the fight. She'll always start by doing this jump attack, which I was unsuccessful in avoiding. She has even more range than she did before. To try to buff real quick. No clue where she went. There she is. Yeah, stop going invisible. I want to watch out for that attack. That can do a lot of damage. Oh, and this is her grab. Here's that jump attack again. Too early again, man. You are able to backstab Friede, so if you get to the back of her, that can make things a little bit easier. She is very aggressive in this fight. Oh, decapitated. So sometimes it can be hard to find times to heal. Man, my timing is way off in this fight. She keeps getting me with that grab. Suck. Get away. Alright, run out of Estus and we've done like no damage. So, does not bode well. Oh, what? We should have had a backstab there. That was dumb. Man, my dodging is just so off. we're definitely gonna die. Unless we really lock in here. Yep, she just went right behind us. Cool. No clue where she went. Oh, there she is. Dang it. Like I said, that phase is pretty tough. She's so aggressive. She does a lot of damage. And by that point of the fight, you can, you know, be really low on your Estus. So, not easy by any means. Being a little greedy. Gotta conserve our Estus. Let's see where she goes. Yeah, this time she went behind us. Sometimes the hitboxes on those frozen attacks can be really obnoxious. Okay, she's gonna try to heal. We gotta find her. Ouch, that was a dumb heal. I actually find that like going after Friede is the easier thing to do as opposed to Ariandel. A lot of people think it's the other way around, but he's fairly easy to avoid. Whereas like if you're focusing on him, then Friede can just come out of nowhere and ruin your day because she's much harder to keep track of. Okay, we got plenty of Estus available this time, so hopefully we should be able to do this. This time, we're going to try to move close towards her and then get behind. It's a much easier way of getting around that attack. I heard her. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. It's much harder to keep track of when she teleports, when she disappears in this phase as opposed to phase 1. Oh, come on. And there we go. Just need to remember how to do a couple of her attacks, and then we had it. There you are. Alright, and there you go. That is the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. Fully completed. Overall, the DLC, it's alright. The Friede boss fight is fantastic, very difficult, but well designed in my opinion. And yeah, it's just feels very good to actually beat that fight. The rest of it, the area, man, I just like the Corvian Knights are just so obnoxious to fight, and overall, like I've never been like a big snowy area kind of person in the first place. Like they've never really been my favorite type of areas in video games in general. So maybe that's part of the reason why I don't enjoy this DLC as much as the second one, as the Ring City. But overall, it's still definitely enjoyable. But yeah, so that's it for this DLC. Next, we will be moving on to the Ring City, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest DLCs ever made. It has two of my favorite bosses, probably like top 5 From Software bosses ever in it. So really looking forward to doing that walkthrough, and that will be next. In terms of accessing it, I'll explain it in that episode again, but that bonfire right back there with that statue, that is one of the ways you can access it. You can just take that and go straight to it. The other way is at the Soul of Cinders bonfire, like where you enter, like at the kiln of the first flame. There's one right next to it that also teleports you there, but I'll go over that again in the next episode. But appreciate you stopping by, and hopefully you're able to take down Friede and Ariandel. Definitely a tough fight, but feels good when you beat it. Next episode will be the beginning of the Ring City DLC. So if you found yourself watching this video, appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you can, and we'll go ahead and see you in the Ring City.